Just call me Jax.
Robert Hook's version was one of my favorite movies growing up, and I just love that era. You've never seen people that look like us doing Wing Chun.
Yeah,
and I want to give that to the universe.
That you don't make him seem superhuman. It's not like you don't, deal with like 30
to the film. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, jumping and flipping in the air and spinning around. It's that's not real fighting. It's not real life.
This script has been around for a while, but I wasn't about to do it until I found my Fred Williamson to my Jim Brown, which is absolutely masterfully done by Method Man.
Okay, Michael Jai White and Gillian White's new movie Trouble Man is about to hit theaters and on demand. But I know you're saying, is it worth the watch? Let's talk about it. All right, so Kung Fu Chronicles, today is a super special episode because I've got Michael Jai White, Gillian White in the house because they've got a brand new movie out. I'm just going to play a little bit of this trailer and get right into this. It's called Trouble Man. Let's check this out for 2 seconds.
What are you, a cop? Private detective? Please, just call me Jax. Yeah, I heard about you.
And what kind of odd jobs do you do?
Not like I'm a hitman or anything.
All right, so the new movie is about to drop August 1st. And the first thing I think about when Trouble Man is the old school movie, but also the Marvin Gaye song. So is it a remake or what would you classify it as, you guys?
Well, it's definitely a nod to the original. Okay. Robert Hook's version was one of my favorite movies growing up. And I just love that era where we had movies that were just really absolutely entertaining, and so I wanted to bring more of the stuff I grew up with, like Uptown Saturday Night, Piece of the Action, the Portier, Cosby type of flair, and I wanted to bring that back, and so Trouble Man being a very important movie to me, I wanted to retitle that and use that title and go forward with this one.
Right. No, it's got that vibe. I love that. So you two talk about a little bit about this because this movie for you, Michael, you're doing a lot, man. You're directing it, producing it, starring in it. Gillian, you're in it. What's that whole dynamic wearing all these hats? I mean, how did the production go with this?
Well, it's natural for me.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's very natural.
Yeah, and it's actually fun. I enjoy like logic puzzles and plus I enjoy basically the whole idea of it. Like I always say, it's like we ran away, joined the circus and made a living at it. Right. And all the other misfits are there on set and we're actually doing what we dream of doing. So it's just nothing but positive to me, that we get a chance to do these type of things. So, I mean, and then I'm working with my best friend in the world and, my wife, and we really just have a good time.
We have so much fun.
I know. It looks like it always on screen. This is actually, for me, the second movie I've seen you guys in. I didn't see The Island, but I remember that movie Take Back, and I was like, okay, it's like Gillian gets down, man. So I was like... So in this one, without spoiling too much, Gillian, can you talk a little bit about your character and how she's involved here with Jax, the character?
Yeah, Gina is someone that Jackson, they had a relationship back in the day and they lost track of one another and then they reconnect. And by reconnecting, she kind of gets drawn into this crazy world of his and the things he's going through. And it just kind of puts a little test to their relationship as it's trying to build back up again. And our characters are very similar to how we are in real life, just kind of the way we've kind of came about getting back together in our own life, because we were together a long time ago. Right. We lost track of one another and then we got back together again. So it's kind of our...
There you go. Similar past, okay, for real life and fiction meeting together. All right.
Yeah, I put real dialogue that we actually had in the movie.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, the line I used to get her back.
Okay.
Trust me, I put in the movie.
Oh, that's what's up. Okay,
Yeah.
very nice. That's a nice little nugget in there, right? So speaking of casting, when you were casting this movie, you got some heavy hitters: Method Man, Orlando Jones, my man Mike Epps. Of course, my friend. I work in radio, so Lala. I've known her for years. She's doing her thing in this. And the basic plot is you're that PI ex-detective, and you're brought in to find a missing R&B star who happens to be Lala. What's it like working with all these guys, and how did you kind of like when you rounded up the cast? What were you looking for? What were you kind of?
Well, I mean, I lucked out big time. First of all, the biggest component was Method Man.
Right.
Like I said, I grew up with these Cosby, Portier movies, and Jim Brown, Fred Williamson type of thing, and so this script had been around for a while, but I wasn't about to do it until I found my Fred Williamson to my Jim Brown, which is absolutely masterfully done by Method Man. And so if it weren't for him, this movie wouldn't have happened. And he lent his talent to it, and even though he had to tell his representatives to chill out and let us do this movie because it was about something that's that means something to the culture and to us as Black men. So so we got it done together, and then all the other pieces came together after that.
Man, I'm so glad you brought up Meth, because people he's an underrated as far as the acting goes. Most people know him for the music, but bro, if you just watch his body of work over the years, this dude is a serious actor. I mean, I'm
so
like, from
talented.
The Wire.
He's so talented.
And he's funny.
Yeah.
So as another intimidating presence that is actually funny, behind closed doors, I wanted us to bond together like that. And we got a chance to really do it. And man, I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud of the evolution of Method Man,
Yeah.
And, I mean, he's, been very, very transparent with, mental health issues and being a model for other people to follow and for his health and fitness type of stuff. So I really applaud that. And so, I felt like he was the right man to do this, to be shoulder to shoulder with, So, applaud him, and he kills the movie.
All right, Black Belt Jones, what's the plan?
No, I could see that. Yeah, I'm like, I know the guy is just so talented. And like I said, underrated. So people were going to see this movie and be, I think, thoroughly impressed with a lot of the acting that goes on with it. Speaking of acting, you guys, the dynamics, obviously you've worked together many times, but what's that like on set with you two? Since you are a couple, but as you're doing a project together, is it kind of the melding of the minds, or is it kind of like, nah, I got this idea for this scene, but I got this idea for this? How does that kind of work on set with you two?
Oh, it's absolute joy. It's a melding of minds. We're a team. We're a team at home. We're a team professionally on set. It's like working with your best friend. We have so much fun. It's a lot of laughter. A lot of people think, oh, what's it like working with your wife? You guys fight or argue or is there tension? Never. Literally never. We have a ball when we work together, which is why we continue to do it. You know?
One funny thing, you think about it, when we work together on TV shows and in the movie, whatever,
yes, sir.
That's the only time those are the strongest arguments we've ever had in life.
Okay,
we're as characters, but we never had anything close to that in real life. Okay, really funny. But it's like, whoa, okay.
Well, that's a testament to y'all's relationship, man. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she lucked out a lot.
I got super lucky to get this guy.
Nah, you guys compliment each other so much.
No,
he knows that.
Yeah, but the truth of the matter that's in the movie, this man who thought he was the SH,
right?
Had to step up to be able, to step up into who he can really become to deserve the woman that he got.
Yes,
and
sir.
So he had some work to do, even though he thought he was, there.
Right.
That was me. That's me in real life. And so I had to come to her, as the evolved version, as the future version of who I had the potential to be.
Right.
Or I would have messed this whole thing up. And so that I used exactly the line that convinced her that I was serious.
Right.
And I have that line in the movie.
Yeah, like you said before, it's like real life meets fiction, and it's like what like there's no better way to play it, man. Because then a lot of it is not even really acting; it's just going off.
Yeah, it's kind of insider trading. It's cheating. I'm sorry, I know this line works,
right? Because that's how I got it the first time, right? Yeah. I know that's gonna work. So real quick, because I am a martial artist and really nerdy into that, just like you guys. Talk to me a little bit about that fight choreography, because Jackson, this one, he's a bad dude, man. You got a mixture of different arts in here. Obviously, you got gunplay. I love the little ode to the even like the Indiana Jones kind of thing, where it's like the dude busts out the doors and he just shoots them.
I ain't got no time for this shit.
Well, being a martial artist, I know you see the Wing Chun, influence.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We do together, which is the style that famously was taught to Bruce Lee by Ip Man.
Wing Chun. Ip Man.
Yes,
and represented in those Donnie Yen movies of Ip Man. So I wanted to give that to the world. You've never seen people that look like us doing Wing Chun.
Yeah,
and so I want to give that to the universe, and especially a Black woman doing Wing Chun.
Yeah,
and you probably know that Wing Chun was developed by a woman.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
So that's one of the things that the layers underneath all that. But we between the choreographers, myself, we represent about 12 different styles, and we have elements of those styles throughout the movie.
You guys have like really mixed it up with this movie. I can't, I can't say enough about it. It's really, really well done. I mean, but the choreography is always what I look at. It's like, I'm a John Wick fan, but I like some of this stuff, but I like the authentic stuff. And you mix it up pretty nicely. Yeah. But what I like too is that you don't make him seem superhuman. It's not like he's going, deal with like 30
to the film. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Because in real life, dudes, you fighting 30 dudes, you can't really take out 30 dudes.
Jumping and flipping in the air and spinning around. That's not real fighting. Not real life.
We have a little bit of heightened reality here, but it all goes along with the same movie. So it's hats off to Joey Min, who was my choreographer that we discovered just not that long ago. Yeah. And we literally just got back this morning from doing a bunch of fight scenes in New York.
Okay.
We just my wife is super sore. She can't lift her arms right now.
Nice, right?
Yeah.
Putting in that work, man. Putting in that work.
A lot of work.
And I'm moving kind of slow. I'm a little.
We both did fight scenes for 3 days straight. So it's taking a little toll on our body.
Yeah, but
it's worth it.
We got stuff coming up that hopefully will be exciting the audience.
And I want to talk about that real quick before I wrap things up with you guys. Things that are coming up for you guys, but it's clear on screen that the work, you love what you do, and you put the work in, and it shows on screen with the final product. And it's great, since you mentioned showing these authentic martial arts on screen, as far as for people of color, Black people in particular, that may not be as exposed to it, and also giving props to the fact that stunt people, they don't get that shine, and luckily now the Academy Awards coming up, they're gonna have their own category and all that. I know you guys are excited about that. Do tell me about like new upcoming projects, things that are on the way. And please, if you're telling me about upcoming projects, please tell me that there's a Black Dynamite 2 or a Blood and Bone 2 on the horizon.
Well, Black Dynamite 2, it exists. That script exists. We almost did it a while back, and so hopefully we'll regroup and get that done sometime very soon. But I have a project called Hostile Takeover. That's going to be dropping in a couple of weeks, actually.
Oh, love it.
A couple of weeks after Trouble Man, and that's the first action movie done entirely on LED screen. Nice. So that's something that we're proud about, and then. My wife and I are both in this upcoming season of Family Business, season 6.
Nice.
And so you'll see this dynamic once again.
There you go. There you go. And Gillian, not to leave it on a somber note, but obviously we did just recently lose Malcolm Jamal Warner. I saw, I follow you on social media, so I put a nice tribute out there for him. Can you just speak a little bit about, what it was like working with him in the day, really knowing him as a person and things like that, what he meant to the community? We all grew up with the Cosbys and loved the show. And yeah, anything that you can, any words you love to.
Yeah, well, Michael and I both knew him, very well. I worked with him a long time ago. My grandmother and his mom were really, really close friends. And it just was kind of cool because, of course, he had been acting way longer than I had been.
I must admit that I am honored to be in the presence of such bountiful beauty. I like to echo that sentiment. Bountiful beauty.
And when I got into the field, my grandmother was always like, oh, it'd be so cool if you could work with Pam's son. And when we finally did on Malcolm and Eddie, it just was, it made them really happy. And Malcolm was just a joy to work with. He's very kind. He's professional. He's humble for someone who's comes from America's favorite family on TV. It's just, it was a very hurtful to lose someone like that. Someone who just kind of just lived his life, loved his family, was good to his friends, and just did what he loved to do, which was acting on screen. It was tough to hear, and especially the way he passed was very traumatic. He was a great person, and I know he's going to be missed by very, very, very many people.
So many people.
Worldwide, yeah.
Yeah, I actually had the fortune of meeting him a couple times when I was really young. I actually from the New York area and grew up in the suburbs in New York. And every once in a while, you see him back in the Cosby days. Super humble guy, super nice guy. Just one of those people that just was one of those amazing people you bump into in life. So yeah, I just wanted to you to speak on it a little bit because of course for the culture he just means so much. For the communities he means so much. Obviously, respect to his family and everything. So as I wrap it up, I'm gonna. I got to talk to you a little bit, Michael. Like you've done it all pretty much. You played all these people on screen, including superheroes, Spawn, first to do like a live action superhero on screen like that as a black man. Anything like, is it safe to say we may see Michael Jai White in another superhero movie down the line? Any projects been pitched your way?
No projects other than the ones I just told you. So that's in a nutshell what's happening with Hostile Takeover. So look out for that, and absolutely check out Trouble Man.
Yes,
August 1st.
Trouble Man about to drop August 1st. We're so excited. Okay, one last, just a nerd question for me, and this is just strictly because I always said if I ever got to talk to Michael Jai White, I had to ask him this one. I know you've been asked about The Dark Knight a million times, but the one scene with you and Heath Ledger, obviously he's about to slice your mouth open and everything. Was there a deleted scene in that part after he does the speech and cuts your mouth and you see Gamble fall to the ground? Because it's like, he does the slice, but then it's like the Gamble just go out with a slice.
It was a bad edit. Well, because I was never supposed to die, but they had to cut the movie down. So that's what you're saying.
Okay. Yeah. That's just a nerd question. Every time I see the movie, love it, obviously, but I'm like, yo, wait, it seems like something's missing because my guy didn't just get a slice in the mouth and die.
Yeah, right.
All right. I appreciate you guys. Listen, Trouble Man about to drop Friday, August 1st, in theaters, on demand. We're all looking forward to it. I can't thank you guys enough for sharing the time with me today. And we're just excited to see it. So
thank you so much.
Trust me, it's what I do.